Hey guys, Jordan here, and today we're going to be assembling the rear tail assembly part of the helicopter with the boom, the torque tube, the tail slider, and we're going to be referring to page 13 in the manual for this stuff. So the first thing that we're going to do is get started and get bag 700 HT6A right here. And we're going to take two links out of it. You'll notice there's a link here. There'll be two of them in the bag. And this one right over here. Put the bag to the side. And the first thing you're going to do is just twist these guys on, these links. And try to twist them as far down as you can. You could leave a little bit of space, but get it pretty locked down as best as you can. Leave a little bit of room just for making it longer or shorter when we do the tail setup. Then just do the same thing on the other side. Make sure it's going on straight. Just twist that on. And then once you've got that all set up, do not glue this yet, because we're going to glue this piece on the slider once we figure out the boom and the clamp and stuff. So we'll put this thing to the side. And the next thing you're going to want to do is take your torque tube right here. And I found the center point right here, and that was at 39 millimeters. Or 390 millimeters from the end, and then it says to measure 13 millimeters from either side. So let me just find my other marks. I've got from here to here, I've got 260 millimeters. So that's from this where the black starts to here, 260 millimeters, and where the black starts to the center point, 390 millimeters. And then from the black part where it starts to the last part, that's going to be 520 millimeters. So the 500 at 260 millimeters and 520 millimeters, you're going to want to be placing the bearings. You're going to notice in this bag, same bag, we're going to dump out the two bearings that come inside. We can dump the rest of the stuff in here, because we're going to need that bushing, this bushing for the bearing, and then we're going to need our two bearings. Then we can just put this stuff back in the bag so we don't lose it. And then the first thing you're going to want to do is just slide your bearing right on down. First to the one end, then the other bearing to the other end. And then I'm going to go grab some glue and be right back. I'm going to show you how to glue the bearings down on the torque tube. So you're going to first want to take some accelerator. You're going to want to pick some accelerator up so that you can dry the glue really quickly so it doesn't get in the bearings. And then you're going to want to get some thicker CA. This stuff works great. And this is foam safe, Hobbytown. This is foam safe, doesn't really matter what, as long as it's a good CA. This is like a medium. The filling glue is what you kind of want, because that's going to give you a thicker viscosity and less run, and it's going to be a lot easier to work with. So I'm going to move these bearings back so you can see our lines. So at the 260 millimeter, or 260 millimeter line, I'm going to take my toothpick with some CA on it, and then spin the torque tube, and where I put the line, just coat it right on there, nice and evenly. Then I'm going to put this toothpick to the side, and then you're going to slide the bearing, get your CA or your accelerator ready to dry it just until it touches the bearing. And you don't want any of that to get in the bearing. Then just kind of let it fill around the sides, just like so. And then just hit it with some accelerator. And then we're going to go to the other side, which is the 520 millimeter point. And then we're going to take some CA again. We're going to dip our toothpick in the glue, wipe off the excess, don't overcoat it. And we're going to go slide the bearing back, just like so. And then make sure that we have the right point right there. And then I'm just going to smear it on there, nice and equally. And you don't want to make it swerve everywhere, because if you have a lot of swerves in the glue, you won't get as good of a coating when you push the bearing down. You want as much glue to touch that inner race of the bearing. And slide just until it touches. Just kind of hold it and let it seat around. And then you're going to take your accelerator and then hit it with some accelerator. Let it dry. And that's how you put the bearings on. And then you're going to take these little guys, these little rubber pieces, and just simply slide these on, just like so. And they're going to pop on the bearing. I'll do that off screen. I'll be right with you guys on that. But I'll show you this one first. Don't want to break the glue. But you just slide this on, just pop it in, and it will just fit on. And there you go. Nice tight fit. And make sure it's symmetrical, so when it's nice and put on there well. And we'll probably have to re-glue that again, but you guys remember the procedures. And then you'll do the exact same thing to the other side, and you're good with the torque tube. Alright, so another helpful tip, if you're having a hard time keeping the bearing onto the torque tube, and every time that you're sliding this rubber bushing on, it cracks the glue. If you do crack the glue, just go over with an X-Acto and scrape off the excess nice and lightly, and you'll get it all off to a smooth surface like I do. And then have your bearing inside the bushing, and then when you go and put on the glue, so we're going to take our glue in the same spot where we've got it marked, and then just lay down the glue around the whole thing. And then when we slide it on, we're not going to have this problem. So you're just going to go and slide the bearing and make sure you look inside there and make sure when it touches the glue that you're not going to get any in there in the bearing. And once you've touched it, you're just going to want to hit it with the accelerator, and then just dry it. And then you'll notice now these are nice and tight. Now they're not going to be so tight because they'll crack. You could get the bearings off. But now the glue is cured inside there. And now when you pop these on, you don't have to pop them on. They're already on there, so you don't have to worry about putting any force against the bearing and causing those to pop off. Thanks for watching this video. Go check out build video 10. Have a nice day and fly safe.